Sanmaran Mafetu, welcome back guys. Welcome to our channel. Hey, I'm alive today, Mafetu. Nyabonje if lu but I'm getting better. Well, my voice is not back to being that normal voice. Kodage asikho lapho. Mafetu, I hope in your righty. Yonke into grand lapho by your sides. Yeah, man. Welcome back to channel too. For those Shalana Sanmonani, and please subscribe to this channel. This is a review channel. See review a movie and reality TV. And for the returning people, so I get to see gents. I get to be friends with good people. So yeah, guys. Today I'm not gonna do a movie. I'm gonna do a documentary that is on Netflix, and this documentary, I think 2019 or 2020, I'm not sure of the year of it, but ngizokumbula, and then I'm gonna let you guys know which year is it from. It was one of the documentaries that got stuck in my head for such a long time. I'm not sure if you guys like documentaries, and if you don't, please start watching them. They are very important, and it's good to sometimes watch something that is reality then isn't as active. So a documentary that I'm going to do, it is American Murder, The Family Next Door. Guys, this is hectic, and I hope I'm not going to get emotional in any part of this, and I'm not going to do the whole thing to the end, because I'm going to try not to do the whole thing to the end, because it's not nice. So viewers discretion, don't if you're a sensitive viewer, nani, please do not watch this. Okay, you can watch this, but know that with Masusu documentary, it might get into your emotions, and yeah, okay, cool. So let's get into it. So this documentary is about a family in America, obviously, a family of 4: mom, dad. Mom is Shanine, and dad is Chris Abagawats, and 2 kids. So this family, it happens so it starts off as umngani kaShanine had brought her back bekade behambe for umsebenzi over the weekend, and wambuyisa ekuseni embuyise endlini yakhe from the airport, dropped her off in her house, and then ngakusekuseni mase semfonela ukuthi uzomlanda for, because she was supposed to go to a doctor's appointment and she's pregnant. So like any other person, if you don't get ichomi yakhe fonini, also you pick up a phone and be like, angibathola abangani bami efonini nami nje ngaba la kuthi I know abiza amaphoyisa, I'm trying to call my friend, ngiyanqonqoza endlini akavuli, and that seems to be a problem because ukhulelwe and izolo bengathandi nokudla, so I had to force her to eat and all of that. So I suspect there might be something that's going on that is not right in the house. And then the cops comes through and they're like, okay, they are binding by the law. We cannot just, force an entry into a house. We must wait for husband to come through. Have you called the husband? And like, yeah, we've called the husband. His husband is Msebenzini, so he's coming through to the house. So the husband comes through and he's open to the cops, and he's a little bit, like shaken, and he opens the door to them, to the cops and the friend, to look around, and they're like, okay, her phone is here, ama blankets or 2, they're not here, and her car is still in the driveway. So that is very strange for a person who would see, so what could have happened? So so they carry on texting her. Husband especially is the one that is there nje uyabona nawe xayile ukuthi umuntu wakhe impebo ungalahlekelwa umuntu wakho nawe ngaba naleyo nto leyo ukuthi ishiyazi ukuphi, please call me, mhlawumbe abazwananga. I mean, I'm watching this and thinking, I got the bexabana shuthi mhlawumbe abangazwana, mhlawumbe usesuvele wavuka ekuseni and took the kids and left to her mom. Maybe she called an Uber and left a phone endlini, because if you're a mom and you have 2 kids, I imagine it could be a chaos. So Shanine was one of the people that was busy on social media. She's really active with social media, especially Facebook. She would post videos of her family and of how ama vlogs basically on Facebook wakene. So people were really, she was really well known around emphakathini wakhe, and background yakhe was she used to be a person obengaphilile kahle, and she she got over the battle of the sickness that she had and met Chris, of which is the current husband name. And Mrs. Wright was the family yakhe bemthanda uChris, iyamthanda uChris, bimthanda, and they had this life nje ukuthi everything is figured out, they're happy, wara. You do not know things behind closed doors, so they were assuming that everything is okay, because also she's a person who's always in public space and sharing her family or her life with the world. So okay, fine. So you know the background, because they keep showing her videos from her Facebook page and her messages from her friends and all of those things. So you get what she was quite a bubbly person, a person who's all about her family, and you know, Jane. Okay, all right, so they're back at the house. Okay, the husband but busy. He's texting unkosikazi wakhe, where are you, Tetheli ngane, whatsoever, nan. And the friend also is worried and texting her, trying to call her about, okay, I'm told, I'm not sure, because she left the phone in the house, so probably the texts that are popping up on the screen maybe from the earlier time before he came to the house to realize the phone engine, but you would see those texts while engine. So I'd assume it was from the time he was driving from work to engine. So bembuza ukuthi umgcineni inkosikazi yakhe, like, no, ngimshiye la ekseni ngiyemsebenzini and ube umuntu ozolanda umngane wakhe to the doctor's appointment. So I understand ukuthi ukuphi, angimazi ukuthi ukuphi. And then umakhelwane is on some, okay, une camera that looks over kamakhelwane ka Watts ne ka Chris and Shanine or Shanine, or guys, this is not a Zulu name or a Sotho name, so please forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, if I'm butchering it. Anglas, I think though is Shanine, yeah. So umakhelwane wakhe is like, okay, ngine camera that looks ngasemgwaqeni and also naga Watts ne. So I'm willing to come with amaphoyisa. The amaphoyisa ahamba naye Chris to the neighbor's house to look at the cameras. Chris is busy there talking. Oh yeah, this is me ekseni, bengikhipha imoto ekseni, bengikhipha amathuluzi, because ngijwayele ukukhipha amathuluzi ami from the garage, because a lot of people will be taking a lot of people would try to break into the garage to take my tools and all of those things. So this was me unloading them in the morning to take them to the sites and all of those things. And I parked my car a little bit further from the drive-in. What is an excuse of him on driving through, we drive through a would say that was him doing whatsoever name. So yeah, sharp. The cops are like, okay, we're gonna carry on, ask the questions. Go Makelwane, can you give us some space? Special Chris, of which is the husband, with 2 kids. So yeah, Puma the guy, and then the neighbor is like, hi, Smile, this one is not right. He's not right. Like, right about him, because he's a quiet person, and right about now he's shaky. You don't understand what he's doing, and and the cop is like, well, I would also be in his state if you were in a position that is in family, obviously. So obviously he's gonna act different to his normal self that he would be in any other days where nothing had happened. And so I'm also in Jade Heart. I'm like, oh ma, you know, I'm sorry to say like body shaming. I'm not body shaming, but I'm like, why usukela lo muntu ulahlekelwe nje abantu bakhe, and then ubhizi wena uzothi uyakhuluma nani. He's supposed to talk because they need information from him. Yabo. They go back to the house, and he makes a video. Oh my God, Shanine and the two daughters, he names the kids, if you're out there, can you please come back? This house is not a home without you guys. I hope you guys are okay wherever you are, and all of that. And people now are piling into the yard because akusibo bonke laba banje abawondaba napheshe bakhona ondaba everywhere in the world khona nje abomamgobos. So the mamgos are worried, and they are by the neighbor to what is the story, what is happening. Are they carrying on doing the investigation would see what had happened, and it goes on to the second day because they don't seem to be winning the first day. The second day they call in her husband to the house to the station for interrogation. So he is the first suspect because he's the last person to see the whole family alive. After that, nobody saw them. In the cameras, they never left the house. On camera, she's only seen once when she was entering from the time her friend has left her from the airport outside her door. She never leaves the house after that. No kid leaves the house, nothing. And also it doesn't show any struggles, any signs of struggles or anything like that. It's just clean, like somebody just stood up and took the kids and left and forgot their phones. And it would make sense because two of the blankets were wearing are not there. So it would be like, get your blankets and whatnot, let's go. So now it gives that sign of maybe Beno which is Chris, they had got into a fight and she just got mad and was like, it's until a certain time then I could come back and whatnot. So the cops, obviously, they want to get to the bottom of this, and they call him to the interrogation room at the station, and they start asking the questions. Would see, oh, okay, fine. Did you ever had an argument with her? Were you guys fighting? And then they take you back now. They do a background onto the relationship that in the past few weeks they were not in good terms, and at some point, Shannon has gone to her mom for 5 weeks where she was staying there neyingane corner just to give a little bit of space to Chris ngoba bebexabana sonke isikhathi. And also there was a problem nyana from Chris's family that in Chris's family they were not getting along, especially umaga Chris ne. So that had made them get into a severe fight that she was like, okay, fine, it's in Ngupi Spacey and go to my mom's and everything is going to be okay. So after a certain time, Chris goes to Shannon where they are at her mom's place to spend a little bit of time with her, and then he comes back earlier, obviously, because Chris nan. And you can see through the messages that are being played on the screen, the conversations between Ushanine and her friend. Uguti, okay, the problems were not just Ugutinje or Chris about communicating or Utabeno Chris or something. It was going as far as deep as sexually. There was no spark, there was no nothing there. It was just social media purposes, or I'm fighting for my family and the guy is not here and all of that. Just like on the surface and you would know and whatnot. It was really deep to a point where they were thinking, Chris was thinking of divorcing Shanine, and Shanine was on some, no, I'm going to fight for my family until the end, whatever it takes. I'm just going to be that girl. Anyways, so Chris basambegile, and then they tell him a station would say, listen, from now on what's going to happen is that Chris, another important thing, sorry guys, another important thing. Chris, yeah, understand that he's busy talking, and whenever he's answering questions, he will be giving the answers that are telling on him. Like extra, when you're guilty or when you know something somebody doesn't know, you want to cover it, and then they're like, then you're like, bingo, somebody said something to that person, because you're not asking things like that. I'm making an example, things like that. So yeah, Chris akakhali, not a single time. Chris uke wakhala la ukuthi oh my god nkosikazi wamagekho ingane zikho akhale or abe nje emotional kodwa nje into ayiyona, he's just being nervous. I didn't take that as of okay, so kusho ukuthi uyena who's guilty, and people behave differently in different situations, so it might have been for him. That's how he behaves if he gets into a point where and it's the first time he had never had a wife before that got missing, and with his kids and you get it, you understand it. So yeah, Chris Chris is busy answering and I'm like, how, Chris? Okay, he's like, no, if somebody had taken her for, if something happened, I hope something didn't happen to her, because if it would be somebody that she knows ngoba there was no sign of struggles in the house and all of those things. And I'm thinking, you're the only person who last saw her, so if you're saying somebody that she knows, it will be you. But how did they leave the house with the kids and everybody? It doesn't make sense. So they're like, okay, what's going to happen right now is that you're going to take a lie detector test. I'm shying away from saying that word because so I don't want to be funny and anything like that. So guys, yeah, they make him take the test and they ask him the relevant questions to the situation at hand, which is his family being missing. And the third day, the results come back. Guess what? Yes, you did guess it right. Chris failed the test. So bayambiza uzomtshela ukuthi no madala, you have failed the test. So ngoba uyifeyilile test ke kusho ukuthi uyabazi labantu ukuthi bakephi, cela usitshele ukuthi bakephi. Nango Chris bamelela ngendonga ke manje. Chris is on some no, not physically, but when somebody's trying to phika ngazo zonke izinto, he's like, no, this didn't happen, this angibazi mina ngigcina ngibabona kanjena ngicina ngibabona ekseni. And did you have a fight? Did you have an argument? No, it's just that lesa sinakudala kwathini. And then they look at him and they're like, ukuthi siyazi ukuthi you had an affair. Athi yeah, ngiyakuvuma lokho, but uthe nje wena izolo you've never cheated on your wife. And namhlanje usuyavuma just because you failed the test. So we know that you had I'm so sorry that I've hurt her in that manner. I had a girlfriend. Meseyabuza ukuthi umenzeni kunkosikazi wakho, uphi unkosikazi wakho, ziphi ingane zakho. Ngizazi mina ingane zami. Uyaphika uChris uyaphika uthi akabazi nje akazi zababona. And they're like, okay, sharp, it's cool. They leave the interrogation room. Two people, which is a lady that was performing the test on Chris, and also I think there's a detective Lomunye Wesley's. They leave the room and they're like, okay, balandu babwakhe ukuthi awuthukhala nobabakho kancane, maybe uzoba yabo nqondo uzobuya kancane tshela iqiniso. So babwakhe is asking him ukuthi, or they told Chris ukuthi whatever he's saying there is kind of, like private. So Chris thinks everything that he's saying lapaya is private. Like no one can hear it, no one can see him talking to his father or anything like that. Chris, a station, the police station. You think there's no cameras, there's no Mara Chris ke ubaba kakhuluma naye ambuza ukuthi awasani, come on, what's happening, kwenzakaleni ini athi hayi ulahlekile sixabanile kanjani. Athi then what's wenzani, did you hurt her? And then Chris is like, yeah. And then it's like, well, you heard her? What's yes, and then what happened to her? To Chris, and then at ini, at then ngase ngambulala. Ha! Ha 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 ha. I'm like, Chrissy way. But ngishilo ngaphakathi ukuthi uwena Chris. Though I was trying to protect you in some way ukuthi useyinhlungwini. But when Chris is the one who killed his wife. And ubaba kaqhubeka mbuzo ukuthi what happened? I told Chris, I don't want to protect her anymore. She started hurting ingane ngoba I came to her and told her ukuthi angisamfuni sengifuna ukuhlukana naye. So wavele wahamba wayo. He was smothering the kids. He was suffocating the kids with pillows. And so what I did was ukuthi when I saw her doing that, ingane bese they turned blue. Kusho ukuthi because umuntu momvala umwana and then they turn blue, that means they gone. So I saw her doing that, and what I did is that I went and I was strangling her, and then she died, so I had to get rid of her body.
Protect her. What? I don't want to protect her. You don't want to protect her? She hurt him? Yeah. Well, no, not her. Your her. So she killed Lucy C. Bell, choked on death. You lost it in the choke her or? Not just this. It's rage. So what did you do? Haul the bodies off or something?
And Ubabake is devastated at this news, and the detectives, they come back in, and he's like, please tell them. And Chris starts crying, man. Now the tears we've been waiting for such a long time, they're coming through. Yakalu Chrissy, amafinyila, pamuza, it's a mess. Yakhala ngimazukhalelana uthi yena unkosikazi wakhe ubulala ingane zakhe wase uChris wabona ebulala ingane zakhe then waswambulala unkosikazi wakhe. Oh okay, uphipo umbekephi? Athi umbeke I think it's C319. You'd see the place if you watch the documentary. It's a site where uChris asebenza kuyona. So before emsebenzini before the person who's in charge of uChris emsebenzini, I think his superior, they're asking him, excuse me, ukuthi uChris umuntu onjani nani ngolesihlanu ekseni, where was he, kwenzakalani nani, i-confirme ngempela superior yakhe ukuthi I know wayese that site bekumele asebenze khona nabanye abantu on that day. He was working on that site. Oh, okay. Then membuza uChris ukuthi so umzimba kankosikazi wakho uphi? And then he's like, ulaphayana esayithini la sebenza khona. And then bathi ingane ziphi ingane? Athi zikhona nazo. So I'm thinking, this guy, what type of an animal is this? What type of a monster is this? You kill your family, well, you killed your wife who killed your kids, and you go bury them to the same spot where you work every day? Like that's so crazy. That is so wrong. Anyways, they take a picture and then they give it to him, and they like point out onto where you have buried your wife and where are the kids. And then he points out and he asks when was the picture taken, and they're like, it was taken the same day that they're showing him the picture. And he points out on the land a grave that is just a shallow grave nje, and then on the side kune sheet elimhlophe, and he's like, the way I buried her. And bambuza ukuthi shit bewelana thayilela beguqe ngalo unkosikazi wakhe. And then they like, where are the kids? And he points at the tanks, the oil tanks. Phew, guys. Yo, guys, yo. I'm not saying it was okay for him to kill his wife, but ufaka imzimba yengane eshonile in the oil tank. Sure. Okay, and everyone is shocked, obviously, because this is shocking. I mean, why didn't you bury your kid's body next to their mom? Like, why did you have to go to an extent of it's like you are hiding the bodies. There's no need for you to hide the kid's body because you didn't kill the kids, you killed the wife. So they are asking him, and he thinks like, okay, fine, it's over, everything is good. They come back and they're like, my guy, you have not spoken the whole truth. You need to tell us the truth, nothing but the truth. So the devil that you're worshiping, you monster, helps you. So he goes around and says, I never killed my kids. It's only my wife that I killed. I've never touched my babies and all of those things. And obviously he gets arrested for what he has done. And then when he starts his trial, that's where he speaks the whole truth. And again, I'm going to say this again. If you're going to go and watch the documentary, that's the part. If I think it's because when I've watched this, and I'd say please don't watch that part as much as ingana pictures of it, but him saying the words that were said there, guys, it makes it seem very worse. And you're looking at Chris and you're like, oh, Chris, when you don't look like a person who ngatetela nequpha nje ebumnandini kwi-groove if unyathelekile or bakuthela ngebhiya or something. You don't look like that guy. You don't look like a guy who starts bar fights or anything. And you went to the extent of killing your wife. Kanjalo nje. So when he starts his trial, he does now speaks the whole truth. He confesses fully onto what had happened. So he had an argument with his wife, and when that happened, he pushed her and she leaned back and she got hurt and waswambulala and emva kwalokho so the wife died first. Emva kwalokho wamgoqa ngeshiti wahamba wamfaka emotweni. So you saw the time the neighbor showed his camera where the truck was moving a little bit. It was like something was being thrown in the truck, and he said it was his tools. No, that was the actual body of his wife. Took the kids and then took the kids with him, and he left to go to the site where he works. He dug a grave to bury their mother, and they asked him, where is mom? Is mom okay? And he said, Pashash, yes, mom is okay. And then from there on, he went up to the tank with one of the kids, took her blanket, wrapped it around her head, and he drowned the kid in the oil in the tank. It's a 20-feet tank. It's a really big tank. And he took the second kid, and the kid was like, Daddy, no. He did the same thing, and he dropped the baby inside the tank. If this was a movie, I would say this is a horrible movie, but it's a documentary of some family that lost their child, a sister, and their grandchildren and nieces. He killed 3.5 persons because she was pregnant with their son, and he had always wanted a son, and now they were finally having a son. And so, sorry guys, and so when that was happening in his life, he just ruined it himself with his hands. He ruined it. And to go back to the motive of why did he do all of those horrible things, Chris has found a girlfriend, and they knew of this when they saw him the weight that he had before and how he looked at the current state. Before he was a little bit chubby, now he was on some this guy, or I'm sorry guys, he was now this guy, also sexy and all of that. So say I'm getting gym manji all the time, is doing push-ups and all of those things because he has found a younger girl that he was in a relationship with. So he felt he needed to fix his body, go to the gym and all of that to look younger and be with this girl. And then he wanted to start a new life with this girlfriend. So to start a new life with this girl, he felt a need of killing his entire family to actually be free and live happily with the new girl. I do not know why he didn't just go and divorce her, and or better yet, just leave, man. Like, just leave. Why did he need the reason, a need to kill her in that very painful way, especially the kids? So yeah, he was sentenced. I'm not sure how. I did not really listen to his sentence because I knew it was not gonna be enough for what he has done. He was not getting anything that he did deserve. And also now the girl was on some, oh no, I didn't, he told me that he was leaving his wife, or his wife was leaving. I didn't know of anything. I didn't know she was pregnant. I knew everything from the media. Oh my God, it was such a liar. And then Chris, the only thing that he says, oh, I am sorry that I hurt my wife, that I was having an affair and I didn't even try to hide it. That's the only thing that he's sorry for. Killing her in cold blood like that, and with his kids and his entire family, is such a monster. I don't believe that guy is right, kind of like proper. And I don't understand what this girl had done so much to him that he felt a need of. Really, I feel like I'm running around in circles because my mind keeps going back to the same thing. That you could have just went to her and said, guys, lalela mina ngiyanishiya, sengizohamba ngiyohlala ka gelo na 20 something and nizosibona nina. Instead of that, uyababulala. Yo, faith. So he was arrested, and then the families go onto the stand to say of how they feel about what he had done. And yeah, man, that's how it ends. And Ugeli carries on with her life, and like nothing happened. She showed no remorse of their family being murdered in cold blood. She showed no remorse of being in a relationship with someone that she clearly knew had a family. She showed no remorse of anything. I know you're gonna come and comment, or you're gonna come at me with on some, oh no, he should have known. It's the man that is wrong. The woman is wrong. When somebody tells you clearly, la embonjing, that there is someone, there is, and then you carry on to a point where you can see you are drawing this person away from their family, and they start doing things as ngasile, and you still carry on doing it, you are at fault. You are at fault. Full on, Jengai, you are at fault. No, too. You are at fault. And guess what Chris says also? He says, if I had never met Umagelizalo, Tombiak, I would have never killed my wife. My family will still be alive today. We'll still be happy now. I don't know, guys. Self-control is very important. Knowing what you want and priorities in life, and being a person who would rather be considered as a slimmer for what isn't as right, to rather be the right thing than end up because obviously if you get into 2 relationships, it never works. Because you want to impress the other one and the other ones, and I'm not going to preach any, but go watch the documentary. Because it's a documentary, it gets really real. It happened in real life. It sucks. Siyakubulala abantu besifazane ney'ngane. Protect the women, protect the kids at all times. Stop gender-based violence and all of that. To the gay community, I forgot, is the LGBTQ plus community. Protect them at all times, guys, please. In any ways, have a good weekend. From me to you, I love and appreciate you. Bye.